I'm Lily Phillips, and today I'm getting ran through by 100 guys.
Lily offered to show me the aftermath of their stunt.
What does it smell like?
Like brace yourself. Brace yourself.
Oh, holy shit.
It's not for the weak, girls. If I'm honest, it was hard.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Good one.
Welcome back to Kingston Reviews. Derek here. Thank you guys for tuning into another video. I really appreciate it. So today's video is going to be about an OnlyFans model, Lily Phillips, that's recently slept with 100 men in 24 hours. Quite the stunt, as they say in the video. Pretty unbelievable. 100 men for any woman in a lifetime is an absolutely amazing number. But 100 men in 24 hours is disgusting, absolutely crazy and amazing that no one really stopped her, that she had friends that actually helped and supported her to damage herself personally, physically, and her soul as well, all for a little bit of money. Pretty much unbelievable. And I believe her parents support her in this venture or support her some kind of way by not stopping her from doing this. But let's go ahead and watch the video that I've got here of her before the incident, during, and after. And let's chop it up and talk a little bit about why I think she's going to really regret this years from now. And unfortunately, this is going to incite a lot of other people, a lot of other young ladies to do other disgusting things like this for money on video and sell their souls for a little bit of money. Let's get into it.
Hey! Hi Lily, I'm Josh.
I'm more of a hugger.
To doing this for a career.
Well, I started when I was at university. Very, very tame stuff. Hand bras, underwear, things like that. Because I was at university, I was like, I'm being a anyway, could make a little bit of money.
What do you mean by you were being a anyway?
I was just being at university. Like, I was just sleeping around with everyone.
But I feel like I know of a lot of girls who have done that at university but then haven't gone on to become OnlyFans stars.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I just was like...
Well, I actually think that she's a lot smarter than she lets on. She plays kind of like this dumb, ditzy girl whenever she's talking to people, like she doesn't know what she's doing. But I actually think that she realized in school, maybe when she was younger, that sex didn't mean a whole lot to her, but she could get a whole lot out of sex. And so she's been utilizing that her entire life and realized that she could utilize this to make money. So she's acting like she was just like a regular college girl. I don't believe that. I believe that she's always had a problem with sex. Maybe she was, somehow damaged when she was younger, and this is just something that played out from her teenage years all the way through to her young adult years, and now she uses her damaged soul to be able to make money on OnlyFans. But that's just something I noticed right out the bat. She kind of plays this dumb girl thing, but I don't think that's the case here.
Already very, not proud, like, very just okay with doing that. Like, I've just always had quite like a sexual nature.
Yeah.
I just thought I might just make like a couple £100, can get a few rounds of drinks in, stuff like that. Just helps me out a little bit while I'm at university.
Sure.
I didn't think it would turn into like my whole career. But I think as soon as I started on the platform, I kind of realised, I guess, how much money you can make and also just how much I loved it. I was just like, why am I doing a whole degree?
So as you can see, she actually called herself a couple times saying that she just loves the money and how she can get money from it. But she called herself and says that she actually loves it too. And I don't believe that's the case. I believe deep down inside she knows she's damaging herself, but she's willing to do it because she loves the money. She loves the money so much. She smartly hid that, right? But I really think at the root of all this, she's willing to do just about anything for money and for fame. I would imagine that she probably comes from a very meager or modest background where her parents and her family didn't come from a lot of money. And I think money and sex are tied together for her, especially seeming like from maybe a very young age. But that's just, you guys let me know what you think. But I saw that in her eyes when she was talking about that.
Last week I was like 23 guys all at once, and like some people would be like, you're insane, like, I would have to be paid to do that. And I'm like, no, that's just fun to me.
Would you call yourself a businesswoman?
I don't know about that. People would give me a bit of stick if I said I was a businesswoman, but I guess definitely business-minded.
I would call you a businesswoman.
A lot more people would use the word just...
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I've never really cared what people think. It doesn't really bother me. I have such a supportive like family and friends, and what they think about me is so much more important than what strangers think about me.
So this is a really common thing that I find today, especially in young people. They believe your friends are the people that never tell you anything bad. They never tell you you're doing something bad. They never call you out. They just agree with you. I think this is so common, especially in today's younger folks, that if you try to tell a young person like, hey, you're doing something you're not supposed to do, they will absolutely, even parents, right? There are young folks now that will completely stop talking to their parents if their parents call them out on a behavior that they're not supposed to be doing. They'll say, well, I'm not going to talk to my parents anymore. This is very common. She believes that they're her friends because they agree with what she's doing. Your friends are the ones, the way I look at it, I remember when I was a kid, my mom would say, your friends are the ones that will tell you that you have boogers coming out of your nose, right? Your friends are the ones that will tell you when you have something bad going on, even if they know that you might get upset. Those are true friends. These people are not her friends, either business associates or people that are there to just use her until the time comes that she cannot be used anymore. But that's just my opinion of the situations. I really feel like she doesn't have good friends, because good friends would tell her that this is going to harm your soul. I don't care if she says that she really enjoys sleeping with 23 random guys for no money. I believe that's a lie 100%. I believe there's something else going on with her.
I've seen you say on podcasts and things before that your family and your parents are proud of you and what you've achieved.
Well, my parents knew straight from the start, like, about what I was doing. Yeah, I was just very open with it. Obviously, at the start, they were a bit apprehensive because they want me to be safe and they want me to make good decisions and stuff like that. I just think I can't hold myself back and do something that I'm scared what other people might think.
Your parents must be very sort of forward-thinking and open-minded, which is great, because I think if I told my parents that I was the UK's biggest cunt, they probably they wouldn't like that. Show me the set.
So I'm sorry to break it up into so many pieces, but I really don't want to get a copyright strike on this. I really think there's some really important content to talk about here. Now, you talked about her parents and that they're supporting her. I believe that as a parent, you have a responsibility to support your kids, even when you don't agree on everything. I have two boys. They're in their early 20s. I don't agree with everything that they do, so I totally understand this. I can't imagine having a daughter. Thank you, Jesus, for that. But I will say I don't agree with everything they do, right? However, as a parent, you do have to stand on your business. You have to stand your ground whenever they say they want to do things that are detrimental to their body, their souls. You have to stand on it and say, hey, I'm not going to support that. I won't be here for you to support you to do that. And that looks like basically I'm still here, right? And I'm not going to not talk to you, but I am not helping. I'm not co-signing. I'm not saying that that's good. I'm not saying I'm proud of you for that. I'm calling you out and saying that's not okay. Okay, you got to do that. You got to stand your ground on that. That's what a good parent would do. So once again, back to what I was saying, her parents and her friends, there's something going on there. Maybe they don't have the resources to do it. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're also without morals and values. But someone should have stood up to her and said, hey, sleeping with 100 guys, like physically that's dangerous. Like you're going to kill yourself. You're going to kill other people. But not only that, you're taking away a little bit of your soul every time you do this. You're selling your soul for money, and that's going to leave you with no value. Maybe a lot of money, which, by the way, money is really not that important, everyone. It's not that important. Money comes, money goes, but your soul is eternal, okay? But that's my point on that, is I just feel like her parents should have stood their ground. They should have been able to say no, okay? And they didn't do that.
You'll be shocked as to what goes up my ass.
I'm afraid that's just a cone.
It's a hefty thing. Oh my God! These are more like house boys. Before I do a shoot, I'll wear like a plug all day. This is more for like girl on girl stuff.
It's got the double end.
This one's another like big kind of one.
Looks angry. Looks like Smaug from The Hobbit.
Smaug?
He's the dragon.
That's more like a toy, but it's quite cool because you can put that in and it's like see-through and you can obviously see inside your
Okay, I think we've seen enough of the before. Like I said, this happened to maybe 30 days before the actual event. Let's go ahead and get to like the day of the event. We'll see a couple guys that had the opportunity to do it. And I think what you're going to see is when the reality of the logistics of what she's doing comes into play. Bringing in 100 guys, yes, there are going to be guys that want to sleep with her no matter what, but bringing in 100 guys that want to sleep with a woman back to back, that was a different story. I think they didn't realize how much harder that was going to be to get that many guys that want to do it. I think it's absolutely crazy she was able to find anybody, but if we understand just how strong the male sex drive is, then we understand that there are going to be guys that want to do this, but it still was very difficult. You're going to see there's a point here where they're actually asking some of the guys that came, like, do you know someone that you could bring? Also disgusting, because once again, they're supposed to take STI tests, right? They're supposed to like background check them or something. I mean, they're going to be inside of her, and she has not even done this much. So this was not just a stunt, but this was absolutely insane. You guys got to let me know what you guys think. I mean, what would you do if this was your daughter, if this was someone that you cared about? Like, what would you do, man? But let's go ahead and get into some of the guys that are actually going to do it with her, see what they have to say.
So I came last night, and I'm leaving basically after. I went for the authentic experience.
Okay.
I had pie.
Pie,
Yeah,
British
the
pie,
yeah.
and mash. How long have you known or been a fan of Lily Phillips?
Since the beginning, I would say.
Did you ever think you'd be able to have sex with her?
No, never.
So I really don't support like red pill content necessarily, but I will say this is showing you like how many guys out there are really feeling like they do without, to the point where they want to travel to another country, travel hours, spend hundreds of dollars just to have sex, right? That their morals are so screwed up that they're willing to do this just for sex. They're traveling this far just for sex. Pretty incredible. But what kind of individuals are we talking about here that she's sleeping with, right? You saw the kind of individual here that she's sleeping with, and she's asking guys like that, do you know anybody that you can bring to come and sleep with me too? Just pretty incredible and disgusting. I can't think of a much worse situation, right? I literally cannot think of what could be worse.
And today you did?
Yes.
Were you nervous this morning going in there?
Yes, especially when I saw all the guys, the queued.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was definitely nervous.
Were you worried that maybe some of the other guys aren't going to get an STI check?
A little bit, but also I think the risk for the guys is maybe less high than for her.
However, we were able to speak to another man as he left the Airbnb, although he seemed shaken by the experience.
How are you feeling?
It's not something that I'd normally do, but when I saw it, I thought, not much wrong.
Yeah.
I think I saw it and I just thought, fucking might as well just do it.
And like, how long did you get with her?
Well, she said 5 minutes, and then halfway through, she said she hadn't started the timer, so she said like 5 minutes from now. She's all hot.
So you got some extra.
Just what she told me.
Do you know how many guys had gone before you?
Probably.
So the whole situation is just terribly sad. You got this guy, he's shaking. He's so nervous about what he just did that he's shaking in fear, like physically shaking in fear. This is one of the guys that slept with her, and the reason why he was actually scared was a couple reasons, I'm sure, because of the situation, but specifically he was afraid that his family would find out. It's possible that he was Muslim, and maybe he was afraid that his family found out and he would be kicked out of his family. I think that's what he says there at the very end. But this is the kind of thing you got to think about, that it's 100 guys. It's 100 guys that maybe have never been with someone, that been with a lot of people that may be married, have a girlfriend, all kinds of different individuals that this lady slept with. So it's a lot more dangerous than you're thinking. It's a lot more logistics here involved than just 100 random men. And once again, you'll see at the end where she talks about it, she essentially slept with a lot of these guys raw. Okay, STI tests, yes, but maybe, right? Like, we don't know if they're fraudulent tests. We don't know when they did the test. We don't know any of that stuff. And these are 100 guys willing to sleep with someone that is just recently slept with 99 other guys, potentially. So you know that their judgment is not super good, right? It's not super good. The whole thing is sad, man. It's absolutely sad. And I can't believe that this made it onto a social media channel. I know that OnlyFans is out there just putting anything out there because people pay for it, but at the end of the day, like, what are we gonna do next? Are we gonna do snuff films, right? Like, what's next? Like, this is as bad as it gets, guys. They gotta stop this type of stuff.
No idea.
Yeah, like example.
Well, maybe, yeah, but I don't really know. You know, I just thought
Are you happy you did it?
a little bit. I'm just a bit nervous now. If anyone find out, my dad will kick me out straight away.
For sure.
I didn't know what to expect. So many guys left it really last minute, and we were getting messages today like, can I still do it?
Yeah.
But we had so many people drop out.
Yeah.
So when I was like going through like, yes, can you make it to London today? And a lot of them were like, yeah, that's fine. We were just like scrambling to get guys. So I was outside having a smoke with them all. We were just all talking and getting along, and then we come back in here and they've got the music on vibe, and it was really nice. There were a couple of guys that Jay messaged me like, oh, I didn't really perform well. Can I come back? And we've been like, yeah, that's fine. And they've just like come back.
Oh, really?
Redeemed themselves. Because they've been like that near it.
How do you think Lily felt?
So I'm not sure if you caught some of that, but what she's saying there is some of the guys actually called back after they finished and said like, oh man, I don't think I did a good job, but can I kind of come back? And she called them to come back in and do it again. So this chick is out of control, man. This situation was out of control, and this person is her so-called friend, co-worker, whatever. I saw the little hand tattoo that she had on there, but I can tell you, like, this is not her friend. A friend would have said like, hey, you're damaging yourself, but she was there to help this chick lose her soul. Pretty disgusting. Like I said, I didn't know if you caught that, but she literally allowed some of them to come back and do it again, like if they felt like they didn't give a good show. You're gonna see what Lily has to say here. It's really sad, and then we're gonna wrap up the video, but this is the end after everything's done, and she gets to say kind of how it went. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Lily offered to show me the aftermath of their stunt.
What does it smell like?
Like brace yourself. Brace yourself.
Yeah, he's not good at smells.
Comfortable, take off your trousers, and we're gonna have a fun time. And I'll give them the phone camera. I'll just say, I'm guessing you don't want your face in it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, it'll be POV phone camera.
Yeah.
I'll start usually with a and then I'd say like, is there anything you like, don't like, any certain position you want to do.
Yeah.
And then we kind of got straight into
Did
it.
you do the with a condom on or?
No.
No.
I didn't.
No.
I did.
Guy, you have to understand like what kind of sickness it is where she's willing to sleep with this many men, even if it wasn't all of them, even if it was just some of them. If she was able to shut her mind and body down so much that she would let this many men be inside of her with no protection at all, you know the kind of individual we're talking about. I don't care if it ended up being just a handful that day. I mean, this is a problem. Like she needs to go see a doctor, man. Like I can't even speak to that. I mean, what do you guys think about that? You got to let me know in the comments for that one, guys. It's unbelievable that she allowed that to happen, that her friends allowed that to happen, that people around her allowed that to happen. But it happened.
Condom off.
Okay, but then like once they're having sex, it's like
condom
on type
yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
It does smell a lot like sex. I mean, and there's rose. That's nice. One of the guys. And how are you feeling?
Surprisingly, downstairs is not really sore.
Okay.
It's more just tired. My eyes sting like nothing else.
Why?
Because of all the cum in it. I think I repeatedly said, you can't have face, but not in my eye.
And they just went right at the eyes.
Well, I think like it might have been an accident.
Okay, so that's about all I can take. You know, I don't know if you heard what she said there, but she said her eyes were burning from all of the you know what in her eyes. She told them that they could do it on her face, but not to go in her eyes, but they did it anyways. Well, they're strangers. It's 100 strangers. You got to understand that they're not going to care. They're going to still do it. I mean, this woman does not care about her own body, herself, and it's clear to me that she needs help, that someone close to her should have reached out, got her medical attention. She might need like a medical intervention. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. All I know is that this is well beyond morals. She needs help, man. She needs help from someone that's a professional. If you guys like content like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your comments and subscribing to the channel helps me put out more content like this. If you guys want to see something else, let me know in the comments below as well. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a great day.